Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Teasdale. Welcome to Intro to Economics. First and foremost, my best source of connectivity or contact is my email at the bottom of this slide. So if you have any questions about upcoming assignments, past work, missing work, just shoot me an email and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. It's important for this year, especially for transparent communication. So, like I said, email definitely the best form of contact. So as for this class, it's an introductory class. So my goal is just to provide a good foundation of knowledge of economics for all of my students. So it's definitely something where should a student want to pursue a field of anything that pertains to economics, could be business, finance, any of the such. Should a student move on to those particular levels, this class will definitely give them a good sample size, but also a good introduction to what it is they may pursue. So topics we may talk about could be factors of production, supply, demand, opportunity cost, scarcity. Some of these we've already actually done as a class, but those are some of, not all of the major topics we will be talking throughout this year. So moving on to project-based learning. Economics could be pretty dry content at times, especially for high school students. So that's why I like to utilize some project-based learning from time to time, make them apply economics to their real life in terms of life applications, things of their interest, things that they desire. So I definitely like to utilize that type of learning in economics, especially in elective. That way, students again are connecting sometimes dry content to things of their interest, and it'll help them learn in the long run. Brings me to the bottom point, Google Classroom. Obviously, this year kind of runs through Google Classroom. So we got our Google Meets every single day. But also, I would stress the main thing that I want to say about it is that all of our presentations, notes, class activities, even handouts, all of them are up on Google Classroom with dates. So should a student feel that he needs to review something or catch up in case they missed, everything is coordinated chronologically on our Google Classroom. It's very clearly stated the topic, so there shouldn't be any issues in terms of if a student's missing something, where to find it, and exactly the order in which they can do so. So Google Classroom, I definitely pride myself this year on being organized on it. So I hope students feel the same as they go through. Brings me to grading. So I think students are familiar with the total points basis. It's nothing new, but it is an elective course, so it doesn't work exactly the same as a core class. But weekly work, so tasks, activities, participation, things of that nature, could be 12 to 15 points. Unit assessments, it is an academic elective, so we will have assessments from time to time, are usually 40 to 65 points. Students will get review guides. We'll have plenty of times to review of a class. So it's definitely not a class where I want kids stressing like a regular core class can be at times. It's definitely just a foundation, just setting the bar in terms of what this field of study could be. So again, we will have assessments, but students should definitely feel prepared going into them. Which brings me to my 100 homies. It's something I do in all my classes. It spices up the room. What it really does, or what it really is if a student gets straight 100 on a test or quiz, they become a 100 homie. I make it a big deal, standing applause. They can send pictures to me. They can give me a signed autograph. I laminate it. I hang it up in this special spot in my room, and kids get really competitive about it. They start talking trash about who's a 100 homie, who's not. So it's definitely just something I like to do to add a little bit of character to my class. Brings me to kind of what I think is most important this year, is just communication as a whole. I said in the beginning, I think transparent communication, whether it's student to teacher, teacher to student, parent, guardian to teacher, is going to be essential for this year. There's certainly going to be some ups and downs, especially with technology. There's definitely going to be a lot of struggling points, a lot of strong points throughout this year. So I think it's just important that everybody involved stays flexible and cooperative, to try and do as best as we possibly can. It is a new experience for students, new experience for teachers. So I think it's important to realize that throughout this year. But I can definitely say to this point, I've been happy with the success we've had so far. I like all of my classes top to bottom. It's great with actually the smaller class sizes in person. I get to know my students extremely well, especially in this economics class. That's important, so I can connect it to real life. But overall, I'm happy with the success we've had so far, and I hope it continues throughout this year. Like I said in the beginning, email, feel free to reach out at any given time. Thank you for watching this video and making it this far. Like I said, excited for the rest of the year. Thank you.